I don't expect Tyler's family to forgive me for what I've done. I will always live with them. Hi, friend. Welcome back to another episode of Verona Investigates Season 2, Women Who Kill. In this episode, we are going to explore one of Canada's lesser-known cases, a case that was driven by emotions, obsession, and a quiet, hidden darkness. We are going to British Columbia for a shocking and misunderstood teen homicide case. So if you're new here, thanks for joining and buckle in. A love triangle, a schoolyard, a boy ambushed under the cover of darkness, and a 17-year-old girl who manipulated everything from the shadows. This is a story of Monica Sikorski, a young woman whose jealousy, control, and emotional vitality ignited a murder plot that would shake the small town of Salmon Arm for years. Let's begin. On a cold November evening in 2008, a body was found in the trees behind an elementary school in Salmon Arm, British Columbia. A 22-year-old man, Tyler Myers, had been shot once, fatally. What at first looked like an inexplicable act of violence would later be revealed as a result of a calculated plot, one that involved a 17-year-old girl, 2 young men, and a love triangle gone deadly. Salmon Arm is the kind of place where nothing big is supposed to happen. A lakeside city surrounded by quiet neighborhoods, family-run businesses, and teenagers who hang out at the football field after school because there isn't much else to do. But behind that calm exterior, the town has seen unusual violence for its size. Geographical side note, Salmon Arm joins a surprising pattern in BC. Small communities with disproportionate high-profile youth crimes. Others include Abbotsford in the 90s, school stabbing of Tanya Smith. Victoria in 1999, the brutal murder of Verona, which we will cover later in this season. And Mission, 2002, the Stephanie Martino case. These towns are often associated with safety, and that makes the violence feel even more darker. Tyler Myers was 22-year-old, but still deeply entangled in the world of high school friendships and relationships. He was tall, kind, shy, and trusted people way too easily. When he started seeing 17-year-old Monica Sikorski, he believed he had met someone who understood him. He didn't realize he was stepping into a triangle that was already toxic. Monica wasn't just dating Tyler. She was also involved with a 16-year-old classmate, a boy who became infatuated with her, dangerously so. And Monica played both sides. Monica complained to her younger boyfriend that Tyler was in the way. She told him Tyler was a problem. She told him Tyler needed to disappear. Investigators later testified that she had a powerful emotional influence over the younger teenager, enough that he was willing to do anything she asked. And she knew it. Monica wasn't dumb. She knew what she was doing. She didn't pull the trigger, but she didn't need to, because she had crafted the plan. Fun female killer side note. While most female lead homicides are impulsive or domestic, a smaller category involves psychological manipulation. As we explored earlier in this season, Melissa Tortiovic from Toronto manipulated her boyfriend to kill Stephanie Ringo. Jennifer Pan, as we also explored a few episodes ago, from Markham, enlisted others to target her parents. And Catherine Breeny from Australia influenced and co-led the killings of her parents. Monica fits this pattern: young, emotionally volatile, and using influence rather than physical force. 2000. Then, on the evening of November 21st, 2008, a cold, dark evening, Monica lured Tyler to a quiet area of South Canoe Elementary School, a place they all knew from their childhood. She told Tyler they were meeting to talk. He, unfortunately, trusted her. So he came alone. He thought he was there to confront the 16-year-old boy he'd recently learned she'd been seeing on the side, but it was an actual ambush. He was fatally shot, with Monica egging on the shooter. What he didn't know was the 16-year-old boyfriend was hiding in the trees with a rifle. When Tyler arrived, Monica walked him deep into the school field. She positioned him, and then she simply stepped aside. Bang, bang! 2 shots rang out. Tyler tried running a few steps before he fatally collapsed onto the cold ground. He died where he fell in the schoolyard, surrounded by a swing set inside. Side note: though rare, Canada has had several disturbing school-related homicides. Again, Victoria, in 1997, Rena Ver was beaten near school property. Abbotsford, in the 1990s, Stacey Goulner killed near the school fields. Edmonton, 2005, a student shot outside Ross Shepherd High School. These cases often involve teenagers, social power struggles, and a tightly knit peer groups, exactly the environment that enabled Monica's plot. At first, police had nothing: no motive, no suspect, no witnesses. Tyler's murder looked like a random execution. But a break came many years later in 2012 through one of the RCMP's most controversial tactics, a Mr. Big undercover operation. Police targeted the shooter first. They drew him into an elaborate fake criminal organization. They made him believe he was being recruited. And the guilt began to slip out. He admitted he killed Tyler, but he also claimed he did it because Monica told him to. From there, the undercover officers focused on Monica. She eventually confessed to her involvement to someone she believed was a crime boss. Between confessions, phone evidence, and witness interviews, prosecutors built a solid timeline. Monica was charged with first-degree murder, but in 2016, she pled guilty to second-degree murder. The judge called her role manipulative, calculated, and emotionally abusive. She was given life in prison 7 years before parole eligibility. Tyler Myers' mother was in the courtroom and said afterwards that she was content with Monica's apology. What made an impression on me is Monica addressed me personally and expressed her heartfelt remorse, Barbara Myers said. She also said she hugged Monica's mother before the sentencing hearing and expects the two to remain friendly. I have no hard feelings towards her family, she added. They're good people. I feel bad for the family. But Monica was young, with no prior record, and she adapted quickly to prison life. South Canoe Elementary still stands quiet, surrounded by fields and forests, the way it was the night in 2008. Locals said the area feels different now, not haunted, just Salmon Arms. City side note. Though peaceful, Salmon Arms has had several notable violent events. In the 1970s Allison Parrott case, connection, investigations overlap. 2019, a church shooting by a local man during a Sunday service. Multiple gang-related disappearances linked to BC's interior drug routes. Monica's case isn't an outlier, it's just one of the most dramatic involving youth. Criminal profilers described Monica as manipulative, emotionally insecure, craving validation, skilled at shaping how others see her, unstable in romantic relationships, impulsive under stress, and deeply jealous. She didn't kill out of survival. She killed to eliminate an obstacle, a trait common in young women who orchestrate violence through others. Fun criminology side note. Criminologists use the term proxy killer for offenders who manipulate another person into doing the violence. Notable cases: Sarah Edmondson, Love Has Won, manipulated followers. Pamela Smart in the US convicts teen lover to kill her husband. Monica joins this disturbing pattern. A teenager whose words were more dangerous than any weapon she could carry. She has been on day parole since 2021 after she was labeled a low-risk offender for future violence. Aside from a minor slip-up in which she consumed alcohol while out to dinner with a friend, Monica has been well-behaved on day parole according to a written description from the Parole Board of Canada. You have expressed a willingness to participate in any recommended interventions, the decision read. You are described as polite, respectful towards your parole officer, halfway house staff, and other residents. By 2023, after multiple successful day parole reviews, she was granted full parole, which means Monica is now living freely in British Columbia. She is operating her own business, the details of which were redacted from the board's decision. Also redacted was the BC community in which she is currently living in. She told the board she plans to stay away from Salmon Arms and to avoid opening any old wounds. Conditions of her parole will require her to abstain from alcohol use, avoid anyone involved in criminal activity, possess only one cell phone, report all sexual relationships and all non-sexual relationship and friendships with men, have no contact with the Myers family, and stay away from Vancouver Island except with permission from her parole officer. Monica has been on full day parole as of December 5th, 7 years after her sentence had begun. Because of youth protection and rehabilitation models, many teen offenders convicted of second-degree murder eventually re-enter society. Some examples are Kelly Ellard, who murdered Rena Verk, now on day parole. Christy Riddicook, Manitoba teen murderer, full parole. And the Bathtub Girls from Mississauga, both released with new identities. Canada's justice system prioritizes reintegration, even in cases that shock communities. A quiet schoolyard, a jealous teenager, a boy who trusted the wrong person, and a small town that still carries the memory of a murder plan in a 17-year-old's mind. Monica didn't pull the trigger, but she orchestrated every step. Today she walks freely, and Tyler will never get the chance. This is a tragic cost of manipulation, teenage obsession, and a misplaced loyalty. And it's a story British Columbia will never forget. You've been listening to Season 2 of Verona Investigates Women Who Kill. Every week we uncover stories of Canadian women who commit the unthinkable, sometimes alone, sometimes with a partner, and sometimes with the help of a system that failed to see the warning signs. These cases aren't easy to hear. They challenge our ideas about love, family, justice, and the roles women are expected to play in society. But by talking about them, we remember the victims. We question the headlines and we ask ourselves, how do we make sure this doesn't happen again? If you found this episode meaningful, please follow, subscribe, and share Verona Investigates with others who want to dig deeper into Canadian true crime. If you want to continue the conversation, you can find me on YouTube, TikTok, and on Instagram at Verona Investigates. Until next week, stay curious, stay safe, and remember, not every story has a happy ending, but every story deserves to be told. Until next time, bye.